Okay. I'd like to talk a little bit about a little bit of research that I've been doing. Well, just get with this stuff here. Is what's going on is I know that I've been having a little bit of issues in my basement here, and I found out because I've been noticing. I know it's just going to sound a little weird, but I've been hearing a lot of released gas sounds, right? And I've been doing a little bit of research because um, people have been getting lung cancer a lot lately because of the radon levels of gas in their homes. It can collect in your basements. It can collect in schools and those types of places on its own. Actually, it's the radon is radioactive, and the gas occurs when uranium contained in rocks and soil breaks down. Um, when outside, the gas is diluted, and the radon becomes a health threat, right? If inhaled for long periods of time, it can increase the likelihood of lung cancer. And I would assume uranium breaks down a lot better when it's wet. When the ground is damp, it creates um, a stank fermentation of the ground, right? And it's naturally found across Canada. They suspect there are lots of homes across the country with unsettled levels of radon gas in them, and that 60% of Canadian homes are tested, but that's about it. So a lot of people are completely unaware of what's going on with the radon in their homes, but might be able to be it may be able to be how would you say that you know what I mean, if you'd wet the ground around say your foundation of your home was broken, if you had a broken foundation and there was water collected around your home, or they soaked down the area, then that dirt, the soil around your home, with that wet process, I'm sure there would be some type of radon release if there was any uranium in with the soil, as well as I've kind of been there's I guess there's got to be certain signs. I would think with the release of cylinder gases. Like if your face is burning, or your lips are numb, or your tongue is a little bit swelly, or the inside of your lips are numb, and you have a funny taste in your mouth, that would usually indicate that there's what? Something being sprayed in your home, right? Right? Because that's happening all the time here. I mean, I think it has a lot to do with that sound I'm hearing at the wall. 4:30 in the afternoon, 4:30 in the morning, every fucking day of the week now. Every day of the week for a month, for years. For years now. Because this will be 3 years on April the 18th of this year, 2020. So it's funny because I can taste it, and sometimes I can smell a very odd smell that I'm not familiar with, and then it will disappear completely, and then it'll come back. And if I go into a certain area, like in my bathroom, in my basement, along that back wall, there's a breeze that comes into the floor there, and it's kind of weird. Because you know what? You know something? There is, at the bottom of my floor in my bathroom is supposed to be weeping tile. I'm 5 feet 6 feet below the ground in my basement. Yet in the corner of my basement, where my bathroom is, I can feel a breeze coming from that corner where the foundation is cracked. How is that possible? How is that possible? It doesn't make sense to me. But it explained why I would feel people pushing on the deck boards. When I'd step out onto my patio, I could feel the boards moving underneath my feet because my patio is carpeted, so you can't see underneath it. And my deck is completely closed in. Right? But I'd feel the boards moving. Or I'd go out on my patio and I could hear somebody underneath my deck. I'm going, what the fuck is going on here? And I come right back in the house. You know? And then I realized that there's a fucking breeze in the corner of my bathroom. And at certain times at night, I'll feel my feet get cold all of a sudden. It's like there's a cold draft all of a sudden coming through my house. The doors are all closed. The doors are closed upstairs. The heater just kicked off. The furnace is fine. Everything's good. My feet were fine a second ago, but all of a sudden there's this cold draft coming through the house. So it's like, and it's along the basement floor. So I'm wondering, what's going on here? There has to be something going on, right? You would think that if at the weeping tile, 6.5 feet below the ground, 7 feet below the ground, you feeling a draft at that level would be a little odd, wouldn't it not? But all the doors being closed at night, all the windows being closed, and then all of a sudden you feel this cold draft encircle the floor around your feet, and you're going, what the hell is that draft coming from? So you look around, you look around, you look around. But if there was, you know what I mean, a void on the other side of that wall, and they opened a door or anything like that in the house, or, you know what I mean, if they opened the door on that side, because they're letting draft in now, you have a suction, there's a suction there, and then the air starts to flow. Just like underground, right, guys? The vent doors, are put up for a reason. Stops the airflow, right? Directs the air in a certain direction, right? Right? So you open up that door, and next thing you know, you got wind and breezes coming from places that you shouldn't, or that normally don't. Right? Just a thought. Just a thought. I mean, there was a stope miner living next door not long ago who'd recently just disappeared. Stope miners, what do they do? A lot of ground support. Huh? Lots of ground support, eh? Well, I don't know. We'll just have to see how this works itself out. But it just happens to be related to the sounds. So if you listen to the sounds in the video that I have posted of the sounds, and you actually put earphones on, turn the fucking thing up, and listen to the video, you're going to hear silence because I'm sitting in the silence in the middle of the night. Right? So listen to the video all the way, because all of a sudden you're going to hear whoa, 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 like a pulling across the track, like a pulling across the track, okay? That sound comes from the other side of my wall, below the ground, in between the houses. Okay? So you tell me what you think about what that sound could be. But listen to the videos. Actually go through all the videos and listen for the one with the best sound, because some of them have great, some of them are really faint, some of them it happens twice, some of them it happens once, but it happens at 4:30 and in the morning and in the afternoon every day of the week.